Congratulations on the film. So everyone has a picture of who Dracula is in their mind. How he acts, what he does, what he looks like. So prior to signing on to this film and even really reading the script, how had you pictured Dracula, and how is that Dracula different from the Dracula that's in this film?
Well, always, for me, ever since I saw the movie, it's always been Gary Oldman in Bram Stoker's Dracula, the Francis Ford Coppola movie. Always has been. This character is very, very different because we're dealing with, he's 400 years younger than the character that Gary Oldman played for a start. So you're dealing with, we deal with the man, we deal with the person, the man who becomes the vampire, and his journey and his story, which I guess it's an origin story.
Right. So your character has elements of basically two opposite ends of the spectrum. On one hand, you have this man who a lot of people fear and can single-handedly crush armies, and on the other side you have this loving father and this loving husband. So how did you find a balance between those two opposite things?
Well, I think, you know, before he was married, and I mean, this is all our ideas, you know, it's not historical, but it's about, we always thought that, you know, he's had a dark past. People have dark pasts. But he also reigned over a peaceful period of his land, and he did have a loving wife and a child, and so it was, I mean, for me, it was just very interesting to play all that, you know, that it's not about presenting that darkness all the time, his backstory all the time, but also knowing that it was there, and that some people knew about the fact that he was Vlad the Impaler, but also that he was a very successful leader. He was also a very fair leader to his people. I mean, he did a lot for the underdogs of society that didn't have any land and things like that. He got rid of the hierarchy and the aristocracy in his country. So it was interesting. I mean, we gleaned more facts from different places, and then it sort of created this man. I mean, some of it's factual, some of it's not, but that's the fun part of being an actor, you know.
Right. So Gary Shore directed the film. This being his first feature, what is it like to work with a first-time director, and what was it like to work with Gary specifically? It
was very fun. He's a very enthusiastic, has a clear director. He has a very clear idea of what he wanted to do with this film. We had a lot of discussion for months and months and months before we even got to Belfast to shoot the movie. There was a load of discussions about script and character and, you know, a load of stuff. So it was a very collaborative experience, and he listened to me and I listened to him. I mean, I'd done a few more movies than he has, so he had a respect for me and I had a respect for him, and I just liked the way he wanted to direct. I liked the way he wanted to take this film, and it was, we worked as a team.
That's nice. So this being the untold story, what are you most excited for audiences to see?
Well, there's a lot to this story. It's not just about the man who turns into a vampire. It's about why he turns into a vampire and the reasons behind that. And you know, you're dealing with a man who's a loving father, who's a loyal husband, a leader to his people, and people are looking to him to save them from this onslaught of the Turkish invasion, the Ottoman Empire. So, you know, you're dealing with a man who's sort of doing the right thing, trying to do the right thing for good, but chooses a very bad, dark power to succeed. So it's a very different story about the man, the creature, the man behind the creature that most people wouldn't know about.
Well, congratulations again.
Thank you.
It was really nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you too.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.